Good evening, my spooky viewers. I'm going to get right into it today because I have a lot of announcements for you guys. So without further ado, my name is Scary Sylvie and I like to share spooky stories. Alright guys, so I have quite a few announcements to make, and I will give you a timestamp if you just want to get to the spooky stories. I completely understand, it's totally valid, but there is one announcement that I need you to hear. I'm going to be taking 1 month of a hiatus, just one. I have to do a certification test, so I will be back though. So make sure, please, 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 that you are subscribed and that you have your notifications turned on so that you do not miss when I come back. Now that that's taken care of, here's your timestamp. You can go and see those spooky stories, but I do recommend that you stay tuned for the other announcements so that you know what's coming up. First and foremost, thank you everybody for all the subscriptions that I've gotten so far. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I knew starting out that I was working at a disadvantage because it was after the holidays, everybody's happy, and everybody is wanting to get to those summer times where there are good vibes. We're all just wanting to hear some good stuff. So my goal was to make 50 subscribers by May, and I have exceeded that. I would have a list up, but I cannot for the life of me find the list. So I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting me this way. Thank you for subscribing. And like I said, please make sure to turn on your notifications so that you will be updated when I post my next video. On the subject of shoutouts, I have a very personal and dear friend that I would love to give a shout out. He has been more than supportive of my channel, Simply S7548. I will be referring to him as S, but he is a personal friend of mine, but he is actually a part of a group called Battalion 404. Battalion 404 is made up of 4 main members that all do Twitch streaming for video games. Now, S specifically, I am a moderator for. He does mostly nostalgia games such as Dark Cloud and Kingdom Hearts that he's working on right now. He's currently on Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, but you can view all of his previous videos on his channel. The other members of the group are Raging Juice, Kit, and Nimble Squid with 2 Ds at the end. Honorary members of Battalion 404 are the Earless Bandit, Kitty Lady 93, and actually myself. Like I said, I'm a moderator on the channel. We also have a Discord called Battalion 404. All the links will be down below for all of their Twitches as well as the Discord so that you can find all of that information if you want to join our Discord. Be notified when each member goes live. Please do so. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun on the Twitch streams, so it's a great experience. I definitely recommend getting in on it. Simply S has a lot of things going for him though. He has a merch channel where you can buy merch for Battalion 404, and also he has a Patreon. So in terms of announcements of what to expect from this channel moving forward, first thing I've got is I'm going to try to start getting merch out. I feel like 50 subscribers is enough to start getting merchandise. I would love to see people starting to wear my stuff. But okay, those are all of the announcements that I have, I think. So I want to go ahead and get into the spooky stories now. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I will get to it. Okay guys, this story is from somebody that you haven't heard from before if you've been watching my channel. Her name is Tigress Monet. Her TikTok should come up here for you. She doesn't have really a niche, but she does do a few different videos here and there. I'd appreciate it if you gave her a follow if you are on TikTok. She does have quite a few different stories. She is a personal friend of mine. We've been talking for a long time, and I'm really excited to start showcasing some of her stories. So I will let her tell this one, and I will see you after.
I don't know the house's, complete history. I just know that before we moved in, nothing super significant happened. I mean, the old lady got robbed, but that was, it. In the basement, I constantly, hear Em calling my name. And then I'm like, hey, what do you need? And she's like, I didn't say anything. I've just been blissfully in my own little world. And I'm like, okay, but I could have sworn that you called my name. And she's like, nope. Or my door handle will jiggle and it's opened on occasion, actually twice, but nobody's there, nobody's running up the stairs, nobody else is usually awake, or we'll see people in the basement running from us because the dog was upstairs in the living room dead asleep, and then she woke up and went directly to the stairs, had her haunches raised, and was growling like somebody was down there. And so, me being me, I grabbed the sharpest knife that we had in the kitchen and went and, like, swept the area like I was part of a SWAT team. There was nobody down there, and then I came back up and put the knife away, and Mom looked down the stairs again and saw somebody running from, like, the bottom of the stairs into my room. So we went and checked my room again, and nobody was there. But stuff was also knocked over in Mom's room, even though her door was closed and there were no animals in there. Random stuff will appear on my door frame, which the stuff that I showed you is still there. The hat man I'll see, and there was one time that I was able to tell him to go away, and I haven't seen him since. But other than that, usually it's pretty consistent that one of us will see him in the doorway just staring at us, and we're like, whoa, this is not okay at all. And none of us know what to do about it because they're like searching up the history. It doesn't pull anything up. There's nobody buried here. It wasn't like a site for something. There were no massacres. There were no murders on the land. Nobody was buried there. And there's nothing in the surrounding properties either. And so we don't know what exactly is going on, but something weird has been going on. And it got a little worse after my boss kicked in a wall in the basement after it flooded because the drywall had rot. And that was like right before Khaleesi thought that something was in the basement, and Mom saw something run away.
So Tigress has had so many things happen to her, and again, like I said, I'm really happy that she's going to share some of these stories with me because I've actually shared with her my own experiences. Her and her mother would help me through stuff like that, so I definitely am very happy to be able to start featuring her on this channel. So my next one you have heard from before, and this is a special occasion. This is the one that gave me the biggest chills, and this is what got me started on this channel, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoy. I will let my aunt tell her story, and then I will see you at the end. How, like, you saw a face in the TV?
Yeah, the Frisco house, I did. I woke up, well, first of all, the weird thing about that house was there's money everywhere, coins,
Yeah.
all over the house. Like, I'd find them in the weirdest places. There would be a coin, and I'm like, why is there money everywhere? But that night, I was by myself, and I just had the feeling someone was watching me, but I was still sleeping. Like, I was sleeping through it, you know? And I'd kind of wake up and I'd see this face staring at me on the TV, and I thought, something on TV. But I kept waking up. And like an hour later, the same face was on the TV. That's not a show. I woke up and it was a face, and it was. I didn't have my glasses on, so, but I could still make it out. It was kind of moving its head around, like looking at me. It was interactive, and all we had was an antenna, cable. And so I realized it. So I changed the channel. And I thought, okay, that had to be a TV show. And I went back to it, and it was gone.
So as you guys know, we've heard from my aunt a lot, and as far as I can tell, we are up to date. I did want to make an honorable mention to something that happened very recently. I posted on my TikTok, and it was really crazy, and I definitely want to share that here on my YouTube channel. Whenever I go to conduct interviews for this channel, I will go to the people usually, and I'll sit down, and I like to do it outside where people feel more relaxed and comfortable, or inside. Obviously my aunt lives close to me, so I went to her place and we sat down and we had these conversations. That's why you can hear birds in the background and the wind and everything else. There was something about the sound of the cicadas in the background and our excitement over the stories and everything that just unsettled me. And that's when I said, you know what, this is perfect. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this niche mine by doing recordings outside if I can, because of all the ambiance of the normalcy of it all with just this underlying dark tone. And so that's what I did. That's what started it all. That's why I wanted to use this sound, because my aunt can tell a good ghost story, even though they are real and they really did happen to her. Just the way that she can tell stories is so good. So like I promised, at the end I will show you the pictures that I'm talking of, and I'll just go ahead and explain the situation, but I'll just let the picture tell its own story. So with that in mind, I will see you guys next month. Thank you so much for supporting me. I will continue to make videos after I get some things set up, and I hope to see you soon. Until then, please stay very safe and spooky. Bye! So as promised, I have a story that goes with this picture. Now you may notice there is a cat. That is what set this off. My uncle has a wildlife night camera, and what that means is that it turns on specifically whenever there is some kind of movement. And that is what set the camera off, is the cat. Now I will draw your attention over to the middle left area of the picture where it looks like something is standing in the middle of the road. At first it doesn't look like much, it looks like maybe a post or a tree, but if you really pay attention, it's standing in the middle of the road. And the reason that this picture is so interesting is that it is 8 seconds long, and that is the only frame that thing is standing in the middle of the road. Now I did do my own investigation. I went out and found the camera and I searched the area as to where it was, but there is no post. But it is really strange, and it's strange that it only appears in this one frame. Now the other thing that's strange about this video is I will draw your attention up to the top of it where there is a time and date. The funny thing is, this is the exact same date that I went to interview my aunt for all of her scary stories. Now obviously I haven't provided all of those stories all at once. I've broken them up, but they all originated from this date. And that to me is absolutely insane. What I also thought was interesting about it is that it started at exactly 9 o'clock. I think that's weird too. Just a reminder to please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these videos, and make sure you turn on that notification because I will be gone for a little bit, but I will be back with more, and hopefully more things to watch, such as I'm thinking about doing scary video games, possibly even D&D campaigns closer towards the spooky season during September and October. So stay tuned. Love you guys.